Hey Merfolk! So this is kind of ridiculous. I was actually trying to nap just now because I had a really early job today and I was super tired. I am super tired, but I couldn't do it. So I was just scrolling through Facebook and then I saw a post on a Facebook group that I'm in. It's actually one of the groups from the Beauty News channel. And I saw a post where someone was asking people if they used their makeup products for something that they weren't designed for. And I was reading through the posts and then I remembered this video from Pixiu several years ago where she used black eyeshadow to do her whole face. And then I had this idea. I have this really beautiful Sephora lipstick that's a really nice purpley pink, and I was thinking, oh my god, that must really look beautiful on the eyes. And then I thought the last time that I used it on the cheeks as well. And then I thought, why don't I do a full face of that lipstick? And it's the full face of Magenta all over again. I don't know. I was thinking of different ways that I use lipstick on my face, and I thought it would be interesting to show you different mixing techniques that you can do. The color is this one. It's the Sephora Lip Stand-In 101. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna use only this. I'm obviously going to use foundation, mascara, and eyebrows probably. And then everything else might be this and whatever else I'm going to mix into this. Just going to moisturize a little bit using my Embryolisse Creme Concentre. I got these in the mail recently and I really like them. This is the Innisfree Mineral Cover Fit Concealer in the shades 2 and 3. I'm going to use both of them. I'm not going to use foundation today. I am just using concealer. And I'm buffing this all in using a Zoeva 110 face shape brush. And I'm focusing this mostly on the center of my face. I actually applied a lot more than I was wanting to, but whatever. Now I'm going to take some of my Essence So Glow Cream to Powder highlighter, and I'm just going to take some of this, like a blob of this, and warm it up on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take some of my Sephora lip stain and I'm going to apply a little bit of this next to it, just like this. And I'm going to mix a little bit of that lipstick with a little bit of that cream highlighter to create this delicious pinky highlighty thing. Kind of looks like that Fenty Beauty Duo, except in cream form. And I'm going to start blending this right on my temple. I'm not even being shy about it, I'm going right on my temple. And yes, this might be a little bit too much, so I have a brush handy. This is the Illamasqua Il 230, and this is going to help me blend. I'm going to build this up. Taking some of it right on my lids and on my brow bone. You can also take your foundation brush to help blend the edges out if you need to. I still have some of that lipstick unmixed on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take a dual fiber blending brush. This is from MAC and I don't remember the number and it has rubbed off. And I'm going to take a small amount of this. This one is already getting more dry, so I'm not going to be able to pick up too much on the brush, which is great because I don't want to go in with a lot of it all at once. And I'm going to start blending this through my socket. If you can hear lots of noises, it's because my window is open and I should probably go shut it. But I'm sitting here and it's so nice. I'm enjoying my time here so much. I'm making sure to blend that pink onto the pink on the temples. I know my last video had pink too, and the video before that had this exact lipstick on my lips, and I'm sorry about that if you do not like pink, but you can replace this color for whatever color you'd like. I feel like this would look really cool with red as well. Magenta is my favorite color. I even have a whole video dedicated to the fact that it's my favorite color, so Now I'm going to take a little more of that. This time it's going to be fresh, so it's going to be a lot more fluid. So I'm going to pick up a lot more pigment once I go in with the brush. And making sure to work it into the bristles of the brush. And I'm going to start building this up on my lid. And once I have a nice base of that color all over my lid, I'm going to take another brush and pick up a larger amount of this and really go full on with the color. Now that I know how this product applies on the eyes, I'm going a lot more confident on my other eye. So I'm just going directly with a lot more product on the brush. But I'm switching back to my blending brush every now and then just to make sure all of the edges look very nice and smoky. I'm not going to bring this all the way through the lower lash line, but I am going to focus it more on the outer corner and blend it onto the top of my cheek. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite products ever that I have in my kit. This is the Kryolan makeup blend. This is a little bit like the Inglot Duraline, except this is a silicone-based mixing medium that works exceptionally well if you want to use it with cream foundations to turn them into a silicone-based liquid foundation. And it makes everything a lot more long-wearing, a little bit more matte. So it's an excellent product to have in your kit. Also, it works great to thin out any sort of cream product. You can also use it with your pigments. You can use it with anything basically. And also the great thing about this is that you literally need like a drop or two and you have a lot of product in this thing, so it will last you a really long time. This also works well mixed in with literally any foundation that you have. If you want to make it a little bit more long wearing, it will sheer it out just a tiny bit, but not too much. It also makes it a lot more blendable. I'm going to shut up about this product right now. You already know I love it. I told you that I love it already, so I'm gonna move on. I'm going to take the lid of a container that I don't use and I'm going to apply a little bit of this lipstick here and then a little bit of the Kryolan makeup blend, and I'm going to create a pink liquid. And I'm going to apply more drops of this than I usually would because I really want to make it liquidy. So I applied about 4 to 5 drops and I'm going to use this Makeup Forever brush that I have. And now I'm going to use it to sprinkle some pink onto my eyes. I'm just taking a little bit of toilet paper and use this to protect my under eyes. And try to keep your eyes closed because I keep opening mine and I really don't want to sprinkle some of this into my eye. And I actually messed up, as you can see. I touched my finger onto my face and I created a blob there, but just ignore it. Doesn't look that bad. See, I did it again. Why do I do these things? Why am I like this? I fixed it and now I'm doing more of this. Now I'm taking it more down the cheek as well. So I'm not using my toilet paper as protection anymore. I'm making such a mess. I'm regretting this so much. I also kind of did a bigger blob there and I didn't mean to, but I kind of like it. So I am taking this on an eyeliner brush and I'm going to create some bigger blobs all over. This is just going to be a little bit less messy for me and I can get a little bit more control. This is kind of gonna look like those really bad fake freckles. The reason that I had the idea to do this with the liquid lipstick is because of that video of Pixie Woo that I mentioned. If I can find it, I will link it in the description box for you guys. Sam took the black eyeshadow and she turned it into a powder and then she tipped it onto her face to create this sort of effect. It's not really the same thing, but that's where the idea came from. I have 2 beauty marks here that I'm going to cover with pink just for consistency, you know? I'm just blending away some of the specks that fell on my nose. Now I'm going to quickly do my brows. I'm going to try and make them as light as possible, and I am going to brush them up using some soap. So this is a technique where you just mix in a little bit of water with some glycerin soap, and you brush your hairs up with it, and it's like super glue for your brows, and it also gives them tons of texture. And God knows I need extra texture. I'm sure someone's going to think this look is hideous and that it looks like chickenpox. It may have looked better in my head than it does in real life. That happens, but I like it. I am just now sketching some hairs in using my Nabla Brow Pot in Uranus. Just trying to keep this as light as possible. I should stop saying I am going to try to make my brows light, because every time that I say that, I always end up making them darker than I set out to do. So next time I'm just going to keep quiet. Now I'm going to take that lipstick straight up because I want it in its full pigmentation, and I'm going to take my eyeliner brush that I used before. This is actually a nail art brush that's really fine, which I like for eyeliner. I'm going to start sketching some pink into the front of the brow. So I'm basically just following the direction of the hair, and I'm keeping the pink a bit heavier at the front, and then I'm fading it out into the rest of the brow because I want most of the pink to be at the front. If I had more brows, I could just go in with a spoolie and some of that liquid lipstick and just brush through the hairs, but because I barely have any brows, I can't do just that. That's why I applied the brow pot first, trying to get some of the color there, and probably gonna build it up later and try to brush some pink in as well. Now I'm taking a disposable spoolie and I am just dipping it into the lipstick, and very carefully I'm going to try and get some of that pink on my actual brow hairs. And as you can see, I made a total mess. Because my brows are so sparse, it's very difficult to do this without getting some on my skin. So I'm just taking one of these tiny cotton buds. These are from Muji, and I'm going to try and clean that up without making it worse, which I already am. The greatest thing about makeup is that it comes off. So I'm going to be able to fix this. I'm just using some concealer. I shouldn't have even tried to remove that. I don't know why I did that. And when something feels impossible to fix, just embrace it and try to make it work, which is what I'm going to do now. So lesson is, if you are me, do not try to mess with your brows when you're doing this. This was such a bad idea. I was going for something that is not achievable with the kind of brows that I do. I'm having a hard time accepting in my life that there are plenty of things that I cannot do because I do not have brows. But there are a lot of things that I can do because I do not have brows. So that's a plus. You should see the mess that I made. I made such a huge mess, it's actually hilarious. I'm just going to tightline with a black pencil. And again, mess up because I am on a roll here. I was just trying to make a cool video. I was trying to look all professional, doing my mixtures and things, because I'm a pro. I'm a professional pro, you know? But no, it's the universe telling me that I'm actually not, and I should just switch careers. I'm kidding, everything's fine. I like how I went from the great thing about makeup is that it comes off and you can fix anything to I should just quit my job. I am obviously doing mascara. I am using my L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes Fatale. I'm just getting some dots at the front of the brow as well, just to make everything a little bit more coherent and hopefully not mess this up more than I already have. I'm going to put on a little powder. This is my MAC Select Sheer in NC15. Actually, let me just clean up my nose for a second. Again, I'm going mostly through my T-zone and a little bit on the jawline, because I want this area to be a little bit more matte in comparison to the super glossy cheek. I had to put so much foundation on my forehead to hide the mess that I made. And I'm going to take this mixture here, the Makeup Blend by Kryolan, you can also use on the lips. And this one is getting a little bit dry now, which is lovely. And I'm going to brush it on my lips. And I'm taking some of that highlighter mixture just to go on the Cupid's bow. And now I'm going to go from the bullet, just apply a dot on the center of the lip. And I know some people don't like to use the same one that they use on the eyes, on the lips and whatever, because it's unhygienic. But when it comes to me, I don't really pay attention to any of that. With clients, I am very, very mindful of cleanliness, but on my health, on myself, I really don't care. Now I'm going to take again my Danessa Myrricks Color Fix Glaze in Clear, and I am going to take this on the lips. And obviously this is my own lipstick. I do not use it on anyone else but myself. Now I'm going to take a little break, think about my decision, think about what I'm going to do with this look, and I will be right back. Okay, so I decided to go for a little bit of a Roberto Sumisu moment for my hair. And I put on cross earrings because I am so goth. I also have a Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt that is actually my pajamas that my sister and my niece brought me from Euro Disney. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this randomness. And I hope I was able to teach you something, even though I kind of freaked out in the middle of it. But yeah, I kind of like this. I especially like it if I match it with the mess on the back of my hand. Doesn't that look cool? I think it looks cool. Anyway, this is the final look. I hope you have enjoyed this. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, leave me a comment down below because those make me very, very happy. As per usual, there will be a list in the description box with every single product that I use. It's going to be a very short list today. And there's lipstick on my teeth, of course, because that is just my destiny. And there will also be links to all of my social media and other stuff. I did write another article for Judas magazine on foundation and lack of inclusivity in foundation, so I will leave that linked in the description box. I also did the illustration for it and I really like it, so I hope you like it too. If you do, check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and I will see you next time. Bye!